And it was interesting that Slater mentioned Josh Giddey as a guy who Kuminga might look to in terms of what deal gets done there now in Chicago. And if there's something upwards of $30 million a year, which I'd be surprised if Josh Giddey got that much. But again, Chicago have kind of invested in him from a trade standpoint, so maybe they need to back that up financially. But obviously, Kuminga would look at Giddey and think, well, I'm not taking $1 less than Giddey. So whatever he gets, that's got to be my absolute floor. But that could be a good thing for the Warriors. If Giddey comes in at 5 years, 130, 140, let's say, maybe it's just under $30 million a year. Again, if I'm Giddey, I'm probably pushing for 30. Maybe it's 5 years, 150. Maybe Kuminga therefore sees that and is more willing to sign something around that than necessarily just looking at the full max, 5 years, 224. Maybe it'll take another player taking less than the max for Kuminga and maybe some others to follow suit. What I would do personally, if I was the Warriors, I don't think I'd go $1 over 5 year, 160. So 160 is $32 million a season. That's probably right now. I just think anything more than that is just way too risky for a guy who we've really got 40 games of data. 40 games of data is what we really have on what Jonathan Kuminga can be as a scoring option, as a really, really good NBA player. It's not a huge sample size, right? And this is why I think for both parties, it might be best to say, hang on, let's not do an extension. Let's see what the fourth year brings. And if JK shows that he is capable of being the second guy offensively on a team, of being a winning player, if he takes a major jump, then sure, here's the max or something close to the max. But until then, we can't do that because it is way too risky. And part of that is the Warriors' fault for not playing JK more consistently over the first 3 years and not getting enough sample size. It's just a situation that they find themselves. And so I believe there will be a standoff where both parties can't really reach an agreement. And I understand why. If I'm the Warriors, I don't go $1 over 5 year, 160. And if I'm Kuminga, I can fully understand why you want more than that. So we'll wait and see. Again, I'm happy to be proven wrong. If we see a Kuminga 5 year, 160 deal or something like that, I think that's probably a good outcome for the Warriors. I do think that the way we view contracts probably needs to change. Like $30 million now isn't what it used to be necessarily. And so if you can find a middle ground where it's around 30 million rather than, the 40 or 40 plus, then that could be a good outcome. Like